Ever get that feeling that local news, this kind that really hits home, is kind of getting lost in the shuffle these days?
Hmm.
Well, get this. We're diving deep into a case study about a newspaper that's not just surviving, but actually thriving online. And they're doing it in a way that's honestly pretty
Oh,
genius.
this should be good. I'm intrigued.
All right, so we're talking about the Sacramento Observer. Long history, deep roots in the African American community there, known for their hard-hitting, really impactful journalism.
Right, I've heard of them. They've got a great reputation.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, they face that same hurdle so many newspapers do.
Yeah.
How do you take that legacy, that amazing content, and make it connect in a world that's constantly glued to their phones?
It's the million-dollar question, right? Especially for smaller publications. They don't always have the resources to throw at building a whole digital empire.
Exactly. In this case study, it really digs into those nitty-gritty challenges. The Observer, they knew they had to up their online game, get more eyes on their stories, make sure people could actually find them.
Discoverability is the name of the game in the digital age.
Totally. And on top of that, they wanted to bring in a new generation of readers, younger folks who are used to getting their news in bite-sized pieces, all while still serving their loyal readership, of course.
Right. Got to keep everyone happy. And they managed to pull this off with, limited staff, limited budget, all the usual constraints.
Yep. And that's where things get really interesting. Because the secret sauce.ai, they teamed up with a company called Nota, which offers these tools specifically designed to help publishers thrive online.
Okay, and now we're talking. I'm always interested in how AI is shaking things up in the media world.
Right. So I was a little fuzzy on the details, but basically these tools act like, I don't know, almost like digital assistants for journalists.
In a way, yeah, and I think that's an important point. They're not replacing human writers or editors. It's more about enhancing their work, making them even more effective.
Okay, so less like robots taking over the newsroom, more like giving reporters superpowers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's break it down a bit. One of the tools is called Nota PROF. And what's cool about this one is it uses NLP, natural language processing, to analyze each article before it even gets published.
NLP, that sounds pretty high tech. What does it actually do, though?
Well, think of it like this. Imagine having an AI editor who's obsessed with clarity, readability, and making sure your writing is super engaging.
Oh, so it's like giving your writing a turbo boost before it even hits the internet.
You got it. But it's not just about making the writing prettier. Nota PewProof also optimizes for search engines, which is huge EE.
You mean SEO, right? So it helps people actually find the articles when they're Googling stuff.
Exactly. Then you've got Nota Social. This one's a game changer for social media. It's like having a whole team of social media gurus at your fingertips, helping you craft the perfect posts for each platform.
So it's not just copy pasting the article link with a boring title.
No way. We're talking catchy headlines, intriguing snippets that make people want to click.
Because, let's be real, a headline can make or break you online.
100%. And then there's Nota SUM, which focuses on creating those concise, super engaging summaries that are crucial these days.
Ah, because nobody's got time to read a novel's worth of text just to figure out if an article's worth their time.
Nope. People skim, they scan, and if that summary doesn't grab them, they're gone.
Okay, so these tools sound seriously impressive, but the real question is, did they actually move the needle for the Sacramento Observer?
That's the thing they did. And the results are pretty amazing, honestly.
All right, hit me with the numbers.
So they saw a 39% jump in page views. That's huge. It means way more people were actually finding and reading their articles online.
Okay, that's impressive, but was it just about getting more eyeballs?
That's the thing. It gets even better. They also slashed the time they spend on SEO by a whopping 70%.
Wow. 70%. That frees up so much time and energy for, the actual journalism.
Exactly. Lets them focus on what they do best, telling important stories that matter to their community. And to me, that's what's so exciting about this whole case study. It shows how AI can actually empower local journalism, not replace it.
It's like they found a way to work smarter, not harder, and it paid off big time.
And they did it without sacrificing their identity or their commitment to their community. If anything, I'd say these tools help them strengthen those bonds.
It's a pretty powerful example. It really gets you thinking, could this be a model for other local news outlets struggling to adapt? I mean, it can't be a magic bullet, right? There have to be some downsides or limitations.
Oh, for sure. There are always trade-offs. And it's not like every newspaper can just flip a switch and become a digital powerhouse overnight.
True. But still, it's inspiring to see someone get it right. It gives me hope for the future of local news.
Me too. And I think what's really at the heart of this story is the importance of community. Because ultimately, technology is just a tool. It's the human connection, the trust that the Sacramento Observer has built with its readers that makes all the difference. And that's something no algorithm can replicate.
Absolutely. Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap things up here. But if you're interested in learning more about the Sacramento Observer and how they used AI to supercharge their digital presence, be sure to check out the full case study. We'll have a link for it on our website.
Definitely worth a read. It's a fascinating glimpse into the future of journalism.
It really is. Thanks for diving into this with me today. Until next time, keep those local news sources close and don't be afraid to embrace a little innovation along the way.